I'm going to hand the mic off to Pat. We're really excited to have this demo day with you all tonight.
Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Pat. I'm the program manager for the CIC Social Impact Program. We're so excited to welcome you all to our demo day. This is our first demo day for this program, and we are having our 7 graduating startups pitch to you in 3-minute pitches this evening, so it's going to be rapid. They are joining us from different industries. They have diverse backgrounds, passions, businesses, and I'm so excited for you to see everything that they've been working on. We've been working with them for the past 6 months, but they have been working on their ventures for much longer than that. And I just specifically want to say that we're so proud of them. A founder's journey is very difficult, and it can be especially challenging when so many, if you were in our last discussion, so many of the funding resources are not shared equitably. So it's our hope that we are, through this platform, able to elevate the work that they're doing, as well as inspire funders and others in the community to really take a critical look at where their resources are going and how they can support a more inclusive ecosystem in Boston and beyond. At the end of tonight's pitches, we are going to have a QR code where you can vote on which pitch you found to be the most compelling. And this evening at 7:30, we'll be announcing 2 winners, one from a private judges session this morning, as well as your audience choice, and each of the winners will receive a $1,000 stipend. So you are putting money in pockets tonight. So please stick around and vote. And then before I get started, I also want to thank the Minority Business Development Agency for providing funding for this program through the Capital Readiness Program. And this will allow us to run programs for early to growth stage founders in Massachusetts through 2027. I also want to thank the startups who are part of our inaugural cohort for taking a chance on us. This has been like my favorite experience that I've had in my career thus far, like truly. So I'm so happy that you all took this chance and that we've been able to work with you. And I want to thank my colleague Sam, who has made the last 6 months so meaningful to me as well. And so without further ado, here is Sam to kick us off and MC us.
All right, y'all. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. They already know I be MCing all the time. So I just want to echo everything that Kat said. I am super, super grateful to know you all. You all have taught me so much in such a short amount of time. And I'm getting a little nervous. Oh no, I said I wouldn't cry. I am just so proud, and seeing all the growth that you guys have had over the past 6 months has truly been super rewarding for us. So I just want to say, no matter what you do tonight, we are super, super proud of you. You are your biggest obstacle at the end of the day. So we're gonna get started with some pitches. I did some kind of interesting introductions for y'all. They had a private judging session in the morning, y'all. So we're gonna start off. This is a powerhouse of a woman. I have gotten to know her. She's coming all the way from Detroit, so you already know she's bringing something with her. She's bringing some power with her. Crystal is one of the most hard-working women that I know. She is always out and about. She is everywhere and anywhere all at the same time. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. She relocated to Boston, and it is a pleasure to know her. So I want to welcome Crystal Brown from Surf Nova.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm from Detroit, and in Detroit we say "What up, though?" So I'm gonna say "What up, though?" All right. Bring a little flavor to Boston. How about that? So my name is Crystal Brown. I am the CEO and co-founder of Surf Nova, an AI-driven drug discovery company that's working to accelerate drug development in the circular RNA therapeutic space. What does that mean? That's a whole mouthful, right? Imagine a world where a single molecule or 3D structure can transform the way that we approach medicine. It can transform how we approach drug development. So what's the problem with drug development? Well, in order to get one drug to market, historically, it's taken about 17 years. By incorporating true generative AI through the Surf Nova engine, we are able to bring that timeline into a fraction of the time, from 17 years to 4 years, by being able to use proprietary prediction, analytical identification, and generation of novel non-coding RNA. Again, a big old mouthful to say what. The next big advancement is programmable RNA medicines. What does that mean? We are programming medicines using the materials within our body to treat itself. What type of diseases can we treat? Well, I'm glad you asked. We are able, I heard the whispers, So what kind of diseases? Cancers, brain cancers, breast cancers, ovarian cancers, neurodegenerative diseases. Basically, a myriad of different undruggable diseases that we thought we never had a hope of curing are now within our grasp to conquer. And by using all of these funny words and all of these different sequences, whether it's folding or non-coding circular structural data, it's just a fancy way of saying we're going to reduce the amount of time that it takes for partners like Moderna, Pfizer, J&J, major pharmaceuticals to be able to get these drugs to market and be able to get them to more equitable, more advanced treatments that are available to all. So how do we do this? Our model is twofold. We use proprietary AI to be able to design these molecules that will eventually become treatments with our collaborators and partners, again, major pharmas, and then we're proving them out in our NOVA lab, which is just basically saying, if we design it, I gotta make sure it actually works and the data proves it. So, a little bit too much. Let me go to this busy slide here. Basically, what do we do? Well, I have a lot of brilliant people that I represent. And while I could sit here all day talking to you about the intricacies of base pair matching and intricacy of protein complex folding, what I'm really just trying to tell you is that we're working with some pretty important people here. University of Michigan, because hello, Michigan. But let's talk about Harvard and Massachusetts Brigham, who are currently in different communications and different projects with to make sure that we are developing what is most needed on the market and what will be needed to treat diseases, again, that we have not been able to. We did a very exciting pilot project with University of Michigan that shows we had some lead development and screening that basically says, hey, we've got data to prove that this is not something that we can do, it's something we've already done and got to present at JP Morgan Healthcare Conference this past January. And I want to pause there and say, when we talk about representation, I was one of 2 underrepresented founders in the country to be able to show that molecule that you saw in screen 1. Our executive team, well, you've got me, and I'm all fun and fancy free from Detroit. I have a very different way of looking at biotech. I spent 15 years in the automotive manufacturing industry, which makes me look at this as a blue ocean water of opportunity. I've got brilliant people from the likes of all of the world's best universities, but most importantly, we're the right team, it's the right tech, and it's the right time. I'd love to have you on this journey with us. Thank you for your time.
All right, y'all. You see, we started off with a bang. This is why you should come to these things more, you know? So I want to introduce the next group. This is a sister duo, and if you see one of them, you're going to see the other one. The other one, I ended up finding out while we were figuring out her application process that she used to act, and she used to be in LA, and I'm just like, you running a business too? Okay, all right. The other one, she just be doing everything, like everything under the sun. This is a powerhouse duo of 2 sisters. And without further ado, I'm not going to say much because I would love for them to explain their own business. So I'm going to bring up Diane Austin from Coils to Locks to talk about Coils to Locks.
So when you look at this picture, what is it that you see? Well, it's actually what you don't see, which is the problem. Because this picture does not represent real life. I'm Diane Austin. I am the co-founder of Coils to Locks, and our business is a blue ocean product disrupting a disparity in medical hair loss spaces through our line of highly textured wigs. But I'm also a cancer survivor, and I lost all of my tightly coiled hair due to chemotherapy, and I was not able to find a wig in these medical spaces because they were only selling straight hair wigs. That is a systemic issue across the US and Canada in medical hair loss spaces, but we have the solution. And it's our line of culturally sensitive wigs. Every woman who is losing her hair, particularly because of medical reasons, deserves to find a wig that looks like the hair that she lost to help her maintain her sense of dignity and sense of self during a very difficult time. So these numbers speak for themselves. This is a very lucrative industry, and Black women are actually driving sales and outspending more so than any other ethnic group in the wig market, along with other hair care products as well. So we are distributing our wigs at hospitals on the B2B side and also retail through our online store. And we're leveling up our business development through seeking out healthcare systems and health insurers. We're expanding into Canada, and we're looking at adding augmented reality to our website as well. So we are addressing an untapped market that our competitors are not addressing at all. They're ignoring this market, to be quite frank with you. So if you're an angel investor or you're part of a family office, we're looking to talk to you about helping us get investment to our next, over the next 12 months. But everyone in this room has an opportunity to get in on the ground floor because we'll be launching our second crowdfunding campaign in the fall. So I encourage you to take out your phones and take a picture of these QR codes. We'd love to talk to you, and thank you for your time.
All right. Good job. Good job. I'm so excited. Okay. So Lainey is always willing to advocate for herself. Lainey came in the best way possible though, y'all. And I love it because I come from an education background too, so I feel her. She came in, she had an idea, and throughout the 6 months, her idea has transformed into something super, super beautiful, and I can't wait for her to share it with you guys. So without further ado, I'm gonna let Lainey take over the floor.
Thank you so much, everybody. It is an honor to be here today. I can't believe these are the last few days of the cohort. It's truly been life-changing, and all these founders have been a real inspiration to me. My name is Lanny Wilmar. I'm a former Ivy League admissions officer and corporate recruiter. And I also grew up low income, which means I care deeply about equitable access to education and living wage jobs. So you don't need to be a college expert to understand that COVID-19 has really impacted students in K-12 education in a really negative way. The main takeaway you need to know is that students are simply not prepared for life after high school, yet we need them to be. There are issues happening right now in our communities that we need solving right now. For example, I'm talking about the climate crisis. Right now in Massachusetts, we're gonna need a 33% increase in workers in order to meet our carbon emission goals, and they're facing a huge worker shortage. So this is really an opportunity for us as an education company to bridge that gap. As the climate tech industry scales, they also need a larger and larger workforce. And that's where we come in, not just from the educational services side, but we also work with employers on the talent acquisition side. Think Girls to Code, but for climate tech. In the same way that they are creating the world's largest pipeline of female software developers, we're doing the same for next generation climate tech workers. And we're doing that with our ethos of being community centric. How exactly does it work? So imagine you have a student, Katie, who goes to high school in North Adams, Massachusetts. Like many of her peers, she grew up hiking in the Berkshires, and she knows that she's interested in something environmental, something meaningful, but doesn't quite know exactly what that looks like. She knows she's interested in going to college, but neither of her parents have gone to college, so they can't really help her along that process. So she finds our program called the Berkshire Environmental Justice Program, and we help kids in summer programming understand the college education landscape. We help them with their personal statements. We take them on college tours, and we also connect them to clean tech employers in the Berkshire County. We also work with the employers that we work with, we help them design internships, work-based learning experiences, and apprenticeships. So our timeline is long, we're early in it, but we're off to a great start, and it's constantly evolving as we dive deeper and deeper into the problems. We have a small but mighty team. We have people who understand educational access, technology, and also sustainable energy. We also have a huge list of mentors and advisors that we have called upon for every question under the sun. So if you like what we're doing, please reach out to learn more, help us grow. We're speaking with educators, climate tech leaders, impact investors, and thank you so much for your time and for being here.
All right, y'all, so we're about at the halfway mark. This next person, so funny little story. We give out surveys every week, right? Every single week, I have this little question that I be asking people. I be like, what resource do y'all need? This person, every single week for the past 6 months has wrote, investors always. Investors always. Investors always. So if y'all looking to invest, I highly recommend reaching out to him. Without further ado, I'm going to give Herbert the floor to talk about Request FOIA.
Hello, everybody. I am Herbert Myers, the founder and CEO of Request FOIA. And before I get started, just by show of hands, how many people are going to vote in this year's election? Everybody. Okay, great. How many, by show of hands, have done a FOIA request or a public records request to your government? 4 or 5. Wow. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about Request FOIA. First of all, FOIA is Freedom of Information Act. It's a federal law, but every state has their own law around Freedom of Information Act. Here it's called the Public Records. FOIA is like a backstage pass for citizens to see what their government is up to by shining a light on government activities. FOIA helps prevent corruption, informs public debate, empowers people to make better decisions about their community and democracy. It's important because you are the CEO of your communities, just like I'm the CEO of my company. So the buck stops with you. So what does Request FOIA do? We work with the agencies on the back end to make sure that they process your request and streamline those requests in the most efficient way. So by working with the government agency, we ensure the process of obtaining records is fair, equitable, timely, without delay. And we help government agencies avoid penalties, costly lawsuits, distress the community due to lack of transparency. So let me tell you a little bit about how we do that. We're a cloud-based application, SaaS, software as a service application that we work with municipalities. We see the problem already. If you know government still is in a silo effect. So that means that the person over the assessor's office doesn't necessarily know the person at the DPW. So if a request goes to the assessor's office, how does that request get to DPW? It usually doesn't. So we bridge that gap problem with the siloed departments. Our solution is secure. We secure the data. We streamline the data. We do an audit trail of the data. We request the number of requests. We manage the process from inception to fruition. We improve the communication, and we work across multiple departments. This is other pain points. If agencies don't respond to requests, they can get lawsuits, and they get a lot of lawsuits because they don't respond to a lot of requests. So by implementing our application, we kind of streamline that process to make sure that agencies aren't in the red and not getting sued and having any lawsuits against them. This is our traction so far. We just started. We are in Oregon. We're in Connecticut Police Department, Wayland, Mass. We just acquired Manchester by the Sea, the city of Everett, town of Hopkins. We do about 4 or 5 demos now we're up to every week. So our pipeline is starting to grow. This is the GovTech space in itself. So you can see our sum over 3 years for Request FOIA is about $10.5 billion. We have 3 different applications. We have one for municipal, we have one for public safety, and then we have one for school districts. So what we like to do is called land and expand. So we go in and we go into a municipality and sell the application. Then we turn around and sell it to the public safety and we sell it to the school district. So we have intense focus on public safety for 3 reasons. They have the most money, they get the most requests, and usually nobody says no to what they want. This is our strategy for 2024. We're through Q1, Q2. We've met all our requirements. We're a little bit behind on Q3. We're right now in due diligence for additional investment money. Our investment money is going to more development of the application and also our sales force. Right now, we're looking for investment pre-seed $1 million. We've already received $450K of that investment from a lead VC. Again, we're in due diligence for another $350K. We'd love another VC to come on board for the additional other $250K. So if you're interested in diversifying your portfolios, getting into GovTech, please give me a call. Request for you. Thank you.
All right, y'all, getting into GovTech. Interesting, right? All right, so our next group is actually another two-man team that we have. Anywhere you see Pedro, you're gonna see a protein bar. That's just, I'll be ordering such good food for the Cohort. Protein bar everywhere. Anytime you're in Chicago, you're gonna see Bev zooming into our Cohort. And anytime I've had a tech issue, he'll just be like, Sam, your mic is not on. Sam, the camera's not on. And I'll be like, oh, thanks, Bev. How you doing today? Anyways, but without further ado, I'm going to let Splitbrick explain to you what they do.
I eat protein bars, so I can eat crumble cookies. So. If you live under a roof, either because you own a property or you're a renter, I don't need to convince you that real estate is expensive in the United States. For that reason, only 12% of Americans are actively investing in real estate at any given time. And the reasons are always the same. It's expensive, it's too time-consuming, and it's too scary. You could always go the passive route with a fund, but all that means is some fund manager in New York is going to be managing your hard-earned money and charging you a hefty fee for it. So now you're going to end up paying more for less. My name is Pedro Ojeda. I'm a professional real estate investor. I've helped people invest and develop millions of dollars worth of real estate in the United States. Unlike most people, my ideal weekend looks like this, with Syl on one side and Excel on the other, where I'm going to dig into every single property in a city until I find the best possible deal. Only to be disappointed at the end because I can't afford to invest in it myself, and it's hard to find like-minded investors to do it with me. On the other hand, my co-founder Bev comes from the hedge fund world, where everything is fast and efficient. And when he sees this on my screen, he asks me, Pedro, why can't real estate be as easy as investing in stocks, where everything is, you can pick and choose and buy a little bit of everything? So together we built Splitbrick. With $1, you can become the fractional owner of investment properties. By eliminating as many middlemen as possible, we're able to offer the lowest fees in the industry. And if you're an existing property owner, by onboarding your property to our platform, you're able to reduce the time you spend on admin by tenfold while still retaining full control of your property. So, by reducing the barrier of entry and making it easier than ever to own real estate, we're making it accessible to all. We launched 1 year ago, and there's already $12 million being invested through our platform. And the hallmark, thank you. And the hallmark of owning a property through us is just how easy it is. This is a screenshot we took of our app. And if you were the fractional owner or the full owner of this property on Splitbrick, all you have to do to manage your assets, log in and check out the performance. If you're happy with it, great. Take your dividends and have a fun summer. But if you're like me and you like digging into the numbers, enjoy Splitbrick's financial transparent history where you can track every single dollar until you're satisfied. And that's it. You're a successful real estate investor. Now, if you ever want your voice to be heard, just use our unique voting system and then determine the future of your assets. So if we take a step back, what we've done is we've taken every single bureaucratic, time-consuming, and expensive part of owning real estate, and we synthesized it down to 3 choices for you. What properties are you going to invest in? What are you going to do with your dividends? And how are you going to vote? We're currently in phase 2, where we're looking for more property owners to onboard the properties and manage them through our platform so that we can refine and sharpen our management platform. After that, we're looking to continue scaling by acquiring more properties using fractionalized crowdfunding and developing new features for our platform, such as trading and leverage. If you scan this QR code here, you can start investing with us today. Or if you have any questions, you can email Deborah. Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Sorry, y'all. This
this founder here, Elizabeth, from day one, we noticed how passionate she was about education. Education is at the root of everything she does, and her kids are actually at the root of everything that she does. And that is one of the reasons why she is one of the most inspiring founders amongst all of these founders that we have in the group. So without further ado, I'm gonna let Elizabeth tell you about Thrive IEP.
Thank you. 49 years ago, the special education system was created in the United States. The backbone of this system is the Individualized Education Plan, or IEP. This is a legal agreement between the parents of a child with a disability and the school system, and it maps out the next 12 months of work that the school system is on the hook to do to advance that kid's knowledge, abilities, and well-being. Last year, there were 7.5 million kids that were served through this system. We estimate that this is about a $9 billion total available market that is woefully underserved. One of those kids was mine. I want you to imagine for a moment that you're a parent. Your kid is struggling. Maybe they come home from school at the end of a long day and they collapse on the floor in tears. Maybe when you drop them off in the morning, push them out the door of the car, they tell you how stupid they are. This is hard. And you're waiting for a meeting with the school to talk to them about your kid's IEP, your ray of hope that something is going to be better, that the pain is going to come down a little bit in your family. 2 days, the required amount of time before that meeting for you to get your documentation so that you can review and be prepared, you get 25 pages of jargon. This is one sentence of those 25 pages. Your stress level goes through the roof. You put your kids to bed, you pour yourself a very generous glass of wine, and you start Googling. Because you need to be able to answer 3 key questions for every part of this document. What does this mean? Why does it matter? And what are we going to do about it? Now, what if, instead of 25 pages of a PDF document that's a representation of one point in time in your child's 13-year educational career, you got something like this instead? A dashboard. It's easy. It's accessible. It takes all of those documents and rolls them up into something that you, as a parent, can understand. And what if, in addition to that, you also get access to critical skill building opportunities and community? Because what we know is that parents don't actually need to become neuropsychologists or educational experts in order to advocate effectively for their kids. They need to be savvy negotiators. And they need to be backed by a community of people who are in the trenches with them. And they need to feel that in their bones. So we're building that. This is unusual for the Boston market, is a direct consumer business. Our users are our customers, and that is powerful because it is the best signal that we can get that what we are building is actually working for them. When people pay for something, it means that they care about it and they value it. We're a team of 2 co-founders. We bring 25 plus years each of work experience in social entrepreneurism, education, around the world. And we're backed by an amazing team of advisors, plus countless others who have invested time, energy, brain power to making this possible. And you, today, get to be on that team because we are opening our waitlist for our beta pilot. My ask of you, my invitation, is to bring a ray of hope into those parents' lives by sharing this link so that they can find out what is possible when they understand their kid, when they understand how to get what their kid needs from the public school system. It has been 49 years since there has been any significant innovation in how parents are supported in this process. Today is day 0 of a whole new world. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Don't lose momentum just yet. We got one more pitch. I know. You don't get to spend the rest of the night with us. This person, last but not least, Basha. I noticed from day one. How are you, Sam? How you doing, Sam? Oh, Sam, you're going to Oregon? I know perfect places you can go to. Oh my God, Sam, that's amazing. Nothing but positive things throughout the entire cohort, even with all the things that go on in somebody's life. Basha's been one of the most positive people. So without further ado, I'm gonna let Basha bring that energy up here and talk about Yoku AI.
All right, hi everybody. My name is Basha Dutel. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Yoku AI. So let's get started. Who here likes orange juice? Raise your hand. Very good, a lot of fans, me too. So you might not know though that in 2009, Tropicana went from this classic orange with the straw in it design. They rebranded to a new sleek look. Unfortunately, this didn't increase sales. It actually resulted in $30 million in lost revenue. Whoopsies. Well, at Yoku AI, we help companies avoid these types of mistakes. So how do we do that? Well, imagine yourself in this situation you might have found yourself in before. You're in a room with some of your colleagues, and you're trying to figure out, should we choose, we're trying to pick which direction to go for a big decision. Should we go with A or should we go with B? And you know that A is the right choice, and you are right, but you don't have any evidence to back that up. And there's somebody else in the room who's louder, who's more assertive, and maybe more senior. And they drown you out, they overrule you, and the group ends up going with B, and it's a mistake. Well, I have definitely struggled with those types of situations in the past, and it sounds like from these nods I'm seeing, some other people have been there too. And it might surprise you to hear that a lot of these branding decisions, like the Tropicana situation, those are decided by opinion. So that's why at Yoku, we're bringing the science of human vision to the branding space. And we're doing that with bringing quantitative metrics that allow companies to back up what is going to be the right decision when they have to make major branding decisions. In order to do this, we've put together a phenomenal team. My co-founder and I are scientists from MIT, where we did research at the intersection of human and computer vision, publishing papers on how humans use visual attention. That's when we decided to start Yoku AI, and we got together with 2 amazing MBAs from Sloan who have experience directly in the CPG space, consumer packaged goods, as well as advertising. We recently completed a pilot with Bay Labs, who is going through a rebrand and choosing between these 3 options. Instead of leaving it up to opinion, they hired us, and we were able to put their designs through our visibility tool that revealed that the design on the right had much higher visibility, so that a person seeing this product on the store shelf would be able to recognize the one on the right much more easily. When Bay went with our recommendation, they immediately saw 60% increased click-through. We're starting by working directly with CPG brands like Bay, but we already have pilots in the pipeline working with channel partners that will help us reach more customers. In the future, we're going to move into critical systems design, places like an airplane cockpit where there are visibility issues that if a human misses them, it can put lives on the line. Finally, we wanted to understand what went wrong with Tropicana, so we put their design through our visibility score. And while the original design scored really highly, we saw that the new design absolutely tanked the ability for a customer to see it on the store shelf. So if Tropicana had hired us, we could have helped them avoid this $30 million mistake. We're currently looking for people in the consumer packaged goods space to partner with in early pilots, and we're also in initial conversations with investors. So if you're interested in what I've talked about here today, please reach out. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all, the moment you've all been waiting for. So, you weren't just here just to listen. I know y'all got phones, because how'd you get here? How'd you get inside the building? I know you scanned the QR code. So you're gonna scan this lovely QR code right here. And we would love, this is the audience choice pick, which startup pitch was the most compelling, i.e. clearly addresses the problem and solution. So please vote. I don't know who you need to tell, but just vote. Y'all already know who the startups are. After around 7:30, yes, we will be doing an announcement in Venture Cafe to present awards to the judges pick from earlier this morning and the audience pick. So it takes like 2 seconds to vote, y'all. Come on. Can I get one more round of applause for all the startups in this room?
That's all we got.
I'm from Detroit and I'm moving loud. So what I'm gonna say is, I want to shout out Sam and Kat. I know I speak to the. We have all done like the accelerator, startup program. I know everyone in this room knows how daunting it can be. These two women right here, I mean, I will try not to cry, but they are the most supportive, knowledgeable, accommodating. I mean, you name it, they didn't cookie cutter us. They literally like, what do you need personally? What do you need for your business? What can we do? How can I help? And they have been there. So I just want to speak for the class and I say thank you for allowing us to be here and all.
Okay, I'm gonna cry, so y'all gotta leave now. Y'all gotta go. But please enjoy the rest of the night. Stick around. We're gonna announce who the judge's choice pick and the audience choice pick was. Help yourself to a drink. Mingle with somebody new. Meet the founders of the social impact cohort. They're interesting, right? Right. All right. I have to play.